Have you ever seen a flight so cheap it made you wonder if it was even worth it? Welcome to the world of budget airlines, where rock-bottom prices come with rock-bottom experiences. Today we bring you 10 airlines that offer irresistible price tags, yet passengers avoid them like the plague. Bad reputation, hidden costs, or just plain terrible service. These carriers prove that sometimes the cheapest option is the most expensive mistake you can make. Join us as we uncover why nobody wants to fly these airlines no matter how cheap they get. Frontier Airlines. The name alone makes seasoned travelers cringe. With fares starting as low as $19, you might think you hit the jackpot. Think again. In 2025, Frontier earned the dubious honor of being America's most hated airline, according to the American Customer Satisfaction Index, with a score of just 65 out of 100. That's down 4% from the previous year, while every other airline was trying to improve. But the low score is just the beginning. In 2023 and 24 alone, Frontier bumped more than 17,000 passengers from their flights. Compare that to 0 bumps from competitors like Allegiant. Passengers describe seats as rock solid, with no recline, broken equipment, and planes so filthy they look like they came from a desert graveyard. When your flight crew arrives an hour after departure time, you know you're in for a nightmare. Spirit Airlines, the poster child for everything wrong with ultra-low-cost carriers. While you can snag tickets for as little as $23, this airline filed for bankruptcy in late 2024 after racking up losses of over $2.5 billion since 2020. The writing was on the wall when Spirit canceled more than 2,800 flights during an 11-day period in peak summer travel, leaving passengers stranded for days without proper compensation. With a customer satisfaction score of 69, Spirit has mastered the art of nickel and diming passengers. They charge for everything from carry-on bags to printing your boarding pass at the airport. One passenger reported seeing multiple roaches crawling up the bulkhead in their premium big front seat. When even your most expensive seats come with unwanted wildlife, you know the airline has serious problems. Allegiant Air. This Las Vegas-based carrier might seem like a gamble worth taking with super low fares, but the house always wins, and it's not you. Allegiant has earned a reputation for mechanical issues that would make any passenger nervous. They charge fees for absolutely everything, including printing your boarding pass at the airport, which can cost you extra money when their app inevitably crashes. The airline primarily serves smaller cities with limited flight schedules, meaning when something goes wrong, it goes very wrong. You could be stuck at a remote airport for days waiting for the next available flight. Their fleet of aging aircraft and minimal customer service infrastructure means delays, and cancellations are common occurrences. Passengers report feeling like they're playing Russian roulette every time they book with Allegiant, never knowing if their flight will actually take off. Jetstar Airways. This Australian budget carrier has turned disappointing passengers into an art form. Flight delays are so common that arriving on time is considered a miracle. Passengers regularly report schedule changes happening 4 or 5 times for a single flight, without proper notification. Try calling their customer service, and good luck finding anyone who actually cares about helping you. When you do reach someone, expect fake sympathy with no real solutions. The airline operates with such thin margins that any weather disruption or mechanical issue creates a domino effect of cancellations that can last for days. Jetstar passengers have learned not to expect to fly on the flight they booked or arrive anywhere close to their scheduled time. Some travelers report being stranded for an entire week because of Jetstar's inability to handle basic operational challenges. Sun Country Airlines. This Minnesota-based carrier lures passengers with seemingly low fares until the fees start piling up faster than snow in a blizzard. Sun Country splits their economy class into 3 tiers: standard, better, and best. But even their best option feels like economy class from the 1980s. With seat pitch averaging just 29 to 30 inches, passengers feel like sardines packed in a can. The airline follows the ultra-low-cost carrier playbook perfectly by advertising rock-bottom base fares, then charging extra for everything from seat selection to overhead bin space. Their limited route network means fewer options when things go wrong, and their customer service is notorious for being unhelpful during irregular operations. Passengers often discover that after adding all the necessary fees, they could have flown on a major carrier for the same price with much better service. Ryanair.Europe's king of cheap flights and customer frustration. While you might find flights for as little as €10, Ryanair has perfected the art of making passengers miserable. They use secondary airports that can be hours from your actual destination, turning a cheap flight into an expensive ground transportation nightmare. Their policies are so strict that passengers live in fear of accidentally violating one of their many rules and facing hefty fines. The airline charges for everything including water and makes no attempt to hide their contempt for passenger comfort. Cabin crew are trained to push sales throughout the flight, treating passengers more like walking wallets than human beings. Ryanair's business model is built on the assumption that passengers will tolerate any level of poor service as long as the initial price is low enough. Unfortunately for many travelers, they discover too late that the total cost and aggravation make Ryanair flights anything but a bargain. EasyJet. Despite the ironic name, there's nothing easy about flying this British budget carrier. Founded in 1995, EasyJet promised affordable travel across Europe, but delivered cramped seats, poor staff attitudes, and operational chaos. Their no-assigned seating policy creates a mad rush during boarding that resembles a Black Friday sale more than an organized boarding process. Passengers get minimal legroom, no complimentary food or drinks, and flight attendants who act like they're doing you a personal favor by acknowledging your existence. The airline has faced financial instability and operational challenges that have left passengers questioning whether their flight will actually happen. When mechanical issues arise, EasyJet passengers often find themselves stranded with little help from airline staff, who seem more interested in their next break than solving customer problems. Avelo Airlines, one of the newest players in the ultra-low-cost game. Avelo launched with promises of affordable travel, but has quickly shown why new doesn't always mean better. Based in California, the startup airline serves limited destinations with a bare-bones operation that makes other budget carriers look luxurious. Their fleet is small, and their route network is limited, meaning when operational issues arise, passengers have few alternatives. Avelo charges extra for carry-on bags starting at $25 each way, and their seat selection fees can quickly add up. The airline operates from smaller airports, which can be convenient for some travelers, but problematic when things go wrong. With limited customer service infrastructure and minimal operational resilience, Avelo passengers are often left to fend for themselves during irregular operations. The airline's business model relies heavily on passengers not needing any services beyond basic transportation. Breeze Airways. David Neilman's latest attempt at revolutionizing air travel has instead created another lesson in why ultra-low-cost carriers struggle to deliver on their promises. Breeze advertises itself as seriously nice, but passengers have found the experience to be seriously disappointing. The airline operates a limited schedule with minimal frequency, meaning missed connections or cancellations can strand passengers for extended periods. Their young workforce lacks the experience to handle complex situations, and their technology systems are prone to glitches that can disrupt the entire passenger experience. Breeze charges fees for most services that passengers expect to be included, and their route network focuses on underserved markets where passengers have limited alternatives. When operational problems arise, Breeze passengers often discover that seriously nice is more marketing slogan than actual service philosophy. Wizz Air. This Hungarian low-cost carrier has built a reputation for making air travel as unpleasant as possible while maintaining technically legal operations. Wizz Air flights are notorious for delays that can stretch for hours without adequate explanation or compensation. Their baggage policies are designed to catch passengers off guard with unexpected fees and restrictions that seem to change without notice. The airline operates with minimal customer service staff, making it nearly impossible to resolve issues when they arise. Passengers report feeling like they are treated as cargo rather than customers, with cabin crew who seem annoyed by any request for assistance. Wizz Air's business model prioritizes cost-cutting over customer satisfaction, resulting in an experience that leaves passengers vowing never to fly with them again. The airline has mastered the art of providing just enough service to avoid legal issues, while ensuring passengers have a thoroughly miserable experience. These 10 airlines prove that when it comes to air travel, you truly get what you pay for. Between hidden fees, mass cancellations, and nightmare experiences, what seems like savings becomes expensive regret. So the question is, which of these airlines do you think is the absolute worst? Tell us in the comments, and if this video helped you avoid a travel disaster, hit that like button and subscribe for more aviation content.